Hello, my name is Mackenzie Wilkes, and I am in environmental science in spring 2016 on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 4:15. For this semester, our professor wanted us to do some form of recycling or getting involved in the environment. We had a choice of working with Oxbow Meadows, working with CSU Earth Day, or just going out and finding a way. Like, people planted trees, some people did work at that event on CSU, but for my project and for the hours I chose to do was to build a recycling bin out of newspapers and magazines that I found. Well, not really found. Every day after work, because I work downtown at Fountain City Coffee, we always have a huge amount of newspapers that we always end up throwing away at the end of the night. And we used to have a recycling bin, but it got stolen from us. And I've been talking a lot to my boss about how it just sucks throwing away newspapers, and I've talked to my coworkers about it. And so I want to be able to take those newspapers and actually make them into something. And I chose to make them into a recycling bin for my own house so I can get better at recycling and become a little bit more conscious of the effect that I'm having on the environment. Not only did I get newspaper, but I also got magazines from numerous locations on main campus. It was mainly old Sabre magazines from like October, November, and December, and January, even up to February. I took those, and I'm gonna be honest, it was pretty difficult trying to make a trash can. I tried multiple ways. There was one design that I saw that I was really interested in doing, and it did not work. Here is prototype 1. It looks really cool, but it was mainly tape. But due to like it used to be bigger, and if you can't tell, there's still some pieces falling. Due to just like the coils standing on each other, it wasn't really the most structurally sound designed, and it collapsed. So I chose to go with a much more kind of intense design by combining paper mache with multiple amounts and giant piles of newspaper, as well as several magazines and duct tape. Because honestly, I know this sounds extremely weird. Also, I have a lot of duct tape at my house because I live in a rental house, and I use tape to either hang stuff or keep curtains up, since I do not have doors and I have a lot extra and I'm not going to use it, except for I use the rest of it for this project. And the way I went about making the second prototype, which I'll show in a second, was getting construction paper or cardboard paper from boxes and packages that I had, and I cut and shaped them, and then I used rubber cement to combine the two pieces, and then got a straight edge and flattened and made the top smoother. And then from there, it was a paper mache mad party of just putting a base of the magazines down. And then from that, I took all of the newspaper that I had and then used that as a second foundation and wrapped that around and then applied it using duct tape. And in the inside of the recycling bin, it is also just 100% plain newspaper that I have in there, and that I used Mod Podge as a sealant so nothing will leak from it, so that I can use it as a recycling bin. This project made me definitely become more aware of the impact that I have on the earth, and just like the accumulation of trash that can come if you don't recycle or don't have a recycling bin, and just seeing how much like trash I would have, like trying to wheel it out to the streets. Majority of it would be paper and newspaper. And then every night closing out the coffee shop, there's always a lot of newspaper there as well. And so I've decided that after this project, and probably after the semester, I'm going to start trying to find people would be interested in getting small materials such as like a recycling bin and maybe attempting the coil design again to make maybe coasters and stuff and start selling them and writing on the back like people should be more aware of recyclable materials, because you can make some pretty amazing stuff. And I'm so sorry, my laptop just locked out. Okay, well, here is prototype 2. It's kind of ugly. A lot of time went into it. It's covered in duct tape on the back because that was the best way I could figure out to seal that aspect. And then this is all Mod Podged, so that will be sealed as well. And yeah, this is my project.